Temple University head coach Matt Rhule. The Owls opened their season this past Saturday at Notre Dame. Notre Dame won the game 28-6. This Saturday, Temple is at home against Houston at Lincoln Financial Field. Again, will be the first American Athletic Conference League game. Will be a noon Eastern start. It'll be the American Game of the Week on ESPN Regional. Coach, thanks for taking a minute to join us on the call this week. If you could take a minute to tie up last week's game against Notre Dame and then tell us what you're looking forward to opening at home this coming Saturday, please.
Well, I think Saturday was an eye-opening experience for our players. Hopefully we've taken learned some lessons from it. No matter who we're playing, we can't beat ourselves. We can't give plays away, especially versus a quality opponent. So hopefully our team now realizes the details and the responsibility that comes with each and every assignment, each and every play is important, and we can't win a lot of games if we beat ourselves. Moving forward, I think as a program and as a team, we're tremendously excited to, number one, be the first ever American Conference football game. Obviously, we're excited to be the game of the week and to play on ESPN Regional. And just as importantly, we're very excited to come back home and play in front of our fans and play in front of the Temple students, the Temple community, and the city of Philadelphia versus a tremendous Houston team, a team that we have a tremendous amount of respect for. They have several good players that we're going to have to game plan around who are difference makers. And obviously, anytime you have that makes you nervous as a coach. But we're excited to welcome them here and open up conference play back here at home.
Questions for Coach Matt Rhule, please hit *1 on your telephone to join the queue, and the operator will introduce you. And we can go right in with questions, please.
Our first question comes from Brian Hamilton with the Chicago Tribune.
Hey, Matt, I was hoping you could indulge me one look back at Notre Dame real quick. Louis Nix, their big nose guard, kind of joked on Twitter yesterday that he had to get used to double-team life again. With a guy like that, were you excessively double-teaming more than you maybe normally would with a nose guard, or was there much of a choice given the kind of position the situation he presents in the middle there?
No, we single blocked him a good bit.
Okay.
We blocked him Kyle Friend blocked him one-on-one quite a bit, and we single blocked Stephon Tuitt quite a bit, and was really impressed with 91 for them. I thought he was an outstanding player. I thought he showed up on tape quite a bit, but we did nothing. We did what we do. I think Kyle Friend answered the call. Pete White, Jeff Winningham answered the call, there was really no excessive double teaming.
Good as those guys are, I mean, what's the balance between making sure you get an extra guy on a Nix or a Tuitt versus, like you said, just handling them one-on-one? What balance do you have to kind of strike with those guys?
Well, I think at the end of the day, I mean, if you do decide to double team someone, then you're singling someone else. Like I said, we singled Tuitt the whole day. He did have one late sack. But I'm really proud of our offensive line to throw the ball 46 times and only have one sack. I think says a lot about who that offensive line is. So I have a lot of respect for Louis. I think he's a good player. Obviously, he's going to get drafted really highly. I have a lot of respect for Stephon. Like I told you, I thought I've already moved on to Houston in my mind, so I think it's Day, right, 91. I think he's going to be an absolute star for Notre Dame. I have a lot of respect for his ability to pass rush, but I think we double team. At times, you're going to have to double team that position. It's not one single player. That position in protections is going to get that. But they did. Notre Dame did blitz quite a bit, and that leaves a lot of singles for a lot of guys. And our guys were able to hold up and only give up one sack.
Great, thanks, Matt. I appreciate it.
Sure, absolutely, Brian.
We'll go next to Joseph Duarte with the Houston Chronicle.
Good morning, Coach.
Hey, good morning.
I was just wondering, you hit on University of Houston in your opening remarks, but offensively, what stands out? One of the things they did in the opener was play two quarterbacks, one of them with experience, the other one a true freshman. But for an offense that did what they did the other night, does anything in particular jump out at you?
Yeah, I think the fact that obviously the tempo they play at is something that our guys are going to have to adjust to quickly. And I think their offensive coordinator does a great job of when something's working, he goes back to that play over and over and over again. I think they have just outstanding personnel. Ryan Jackson really jumped off the film as a guy that's going to be a special running back in this league. I thought both quarterbacks did a great job, not just managing the game and kicking out bubble screens, but they took shots down the field and made some really good throws. They're both athletic. So, schematically, they play with tempo. They get the ball to all their athletes, so you have to defend everybody. And when something's working, they keep going back to it. So they're really put together well on offense.
Thank you.
We'll take our next question from Bob Morrison with 247sportstemple.com.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Hey, Bob, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
And I'd like to ask you some personnel questions.
Sure.
Paul Layton, besides doing the the kickoffs and the punting, does he do any place kicking?
No, that was by really kind of his I don't know if you say choice, but his decision, his ability. He does not kick field goals.
Okay. And the second one, Sean Boyle is back on the team. Do we expect him to do anything besides just long snapping?
As much as I'd love him to, I don't know that he'll be able to. He's tried to do a couple things and had some minor setbacks when he does get a lot of physical contact. So he's kind of there, Bob, probably as an emergency guy for us, unless something changes moving forward. And obviously he is our short snapper.
Okay. And my final one is Dante Kirby. I know he's recently transferred into Temple. Should we expect to see him playing in the near future?
I would not expect him to play this year.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Coach.
Sure, Bob. Great to talk to you, buddy.
Okay.
We'll take our next question from Christopher Heidel with Herb FM Radio Houston.
Hey, Coach. Coach Matt, talk about last week's game against Notre Dame. What do you guys have to work on?
Well, if you look back at that game, I think we played 62 plays. In 55 of those plays, we gave up 258 yards, which is outstanding defense. In the other 7 plays, we gave up 285 yards. And so, of those 7 plays, they beat us on a post and a post corner, where they just got a one-on-one and their guy beat our guy. But at the same time, the first play of the game, our safeties rotated the wrong way. They panicked on a change of formation, and we just gave them a play, or just right before the half, we don't make a call that we make every single day, and we don't help the linebacker. Just simple things that we do every day that in the moment of battle we didn't make, and those are things that we can control. So you can't play good defense if you're going to give up 7 chunk plays. So I think the focus this week is to come back and really try to make those 55 plays of good defense be 65 or 70 plays. And then on offense, we have to find a way to run the football, and we have to convert in the red zone. We were down in there several times. We missed 2 field goals. We were able to run the football in one time, and 2 other times we just kind of stalled out and went for it on 4th down. So offensively, we have to convert those opportunities, and defensively, we just have to be more consistent, hopefully not beat ourselves.
Yeah, talk about special teams, field goal and missing 2 field goals. Was he nervous kicking in that stadium, or just one of those things, a bad day, weather, or something like that?
No, I think one thing about Coop is he's owned it. I mean, I really appreciate he went right in, took responsibility, wanted to talk to the media. The first one obviously is the one that I think it was a 35-yarder. The second one was a little bit further, it was a 43-yarder, and he missed wide right both times. The field goal the extra point got blocked. So we're going to stick by him. We feel confident in him. We have some other good place kickers that if we need to, we could always put in there. But I think for him, it's just it was a way to start, and he has to be mentally tough enough not to let it break him and come back and rebound.
What about Houston this week? What do you see in them in preparation? I know today's Labor Day, but I know you even started looking at them.
Yeah, no, I looked at them all night. I can promise you that. Well, I think that they have some. Obviously, I talked about their personnel. Their personnel, really jumps off the page. Like I talked about, I think Ryan Jackson's going to be just a tremendous running back in this league. I mean, they create space with their formations, and then he's able to run wild. The offensive line does a really nice job. All their wideouts are explosive guys, athletic guys. They can catch and run. They can hand them the ball. And then on defense, I might say his name wrong. You'll have to excuse me, but the nose tackle 92, Joey, can you say his last name for me so I don't say it wrong? Mabu or Mbu, or I don't want to say his name. Yeah, but Joey, he looks like a draftable player. Looks like an NFL player to me. And Tommy Mark as well. I mean, and Braswell. I mean, they've got three really stout, strong guys up front. I saw Trevor Harris came in the game and rushed the passer, and he's someone we're going to have to account for. So, up front they've got good personnel. Obviously, Derek Matthews is going to be a star in this league, and Trevon Stewart plays with tremendous energy. So, I always start with personnel. I start with matchups. And then go to the scheme. So I know they have a great scheme, but personnel-wise, they have some difference makers. So we're going to have to account for those guys and know that when you want to throw the ball outside, McMillion's over there and he's an outstanding player. So they have lots of good players that we're going to have to account for, and they do some things schematically with the Temple that are tough to deal with.
Well, Coach, good luck on Saturday, and talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We'll go next to John Mitchell with the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Hello, Matt.
Hey, John. How you doing?
Hey, Matt, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you.
Good. Hey, those passing plays that hurt you guys with, what can you guys do to address that, for Houston?
I think that the kids that are in there playing corner or safety for us have got to play with confidence. You can't take what you do every single day in practice and do it in the game. And guys, I think, have owned up to the fact that they got in the game, and some of them didn't play with confidence. They reverted back to old techniques. They they played with a step behind, afraid to go afraid that a play was going to be made. And what they found out was, if you play without confidence, the result is never good. And so they have to own that and to make a decision to come back and go be the aggressor and go when we play bump and run the way we play it, not the way you played it last year and because you're nervous. So the good news was on defense, I think we played 20 guys, and we put Brandon Shippen in a corner, and we put Tavon Young in a corner. And they went in there and they were ready for that moment, John. They were fired up. We played 4 different safeties, and some of those young guys, Stephon Marshall was out there. He was physical. He was knocking people back. Pretlow, wasn't scared as a freshman. Nadal Smith wasn't scared as a freshman. So, I think we have to make sure we're doing a really nice job communication-wise. But our players also, the big message for me is, hey, besides not beating yourself, go play with confidence. We wouldn't put you in bump and run if we didn't think you could do it, but you can't do it if you don't think you can do it. So we want a confident team, and we have to work on their psyche this week. I think a lot of guys came out of that game, though, John, very confident, knowing that they can play at that level. We just need everyone to feel that way.
Coach, we thank you for your time this week. Run a little bit over with the time, so I appreciate you giving us a few extra minutes, and we look forward to talking to you next Monday.
Sounds great. Thank you, guys.
All right, and again, that is Temple against Houston at Lincoln Financial Field, noon Eastern Time in the American Game of the Week on ESPN Regional.